Okay, I was asked by the academy, if you like, to do a live video of what I would do, and one of the things which I'm going to do, okay, as you can see at the moment, XAUUSD is falling. There's a good chance that this could actually plummet quite down, okay, and it could easily respect this support line here, which is 2638. So this was already the trade that I had already today. You see, look, 2640. I made $1,827. I made this while I obviously went off and I do my work because I'm a senior technician. So what I tend to do is every single night I tend to have a look and I see my known support and resistances. I see where I want to get into a trade and when I want to get out of a trade. You can see that there's a lot of volatile movement on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a trade in case we get a drop. Okay, so I'm going to right mouse click. I'm going to go to trading. I'm going to go to new order. And then I'm going to put in type. I'm going to put a pending order. And then I'm going to put a price and I'm going to put 2640. Okay. Now, one thing I got caught out by 0.01, right? With one of my trades, which I could have set up and that would have worked really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it at 50. So 2640.50. This is something I would urge you to do. If you're putting in your price ranges for this to on a buy limit, okay, so what will happen is if this falls down, bounces off this line and then goes back up, this is going to create my trade. I'm also going to put a take profit of 2650. This again is another known trade. See the blue line? This is bouncing off this point here, okay? So if this breaks this 2650, there's a good chance it's going to go down. So 2650. This is going to be my take profit. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it with a volume of 3, okay? But don't forget, I've got a higher account. I've got over 240,000 in my account, okay? So you know I've got a little bit more to play with. Obviously if you're using a smaller account you want to be 0.01, okay? And what we're going to do now is going to hit place and you'll see that this trade has now been accepted. If I go to my trade and you'll see that the 2650, okay, it will be here somewhere. Just have a look. Oh, I see it. Hang on, let's move this up. Trade, here we go. So you'll see that this will be a trade that I've just taken. So if we look here, this 2650 and this is 2640.50. Okay, so 2640.50 that I've put, and then I've got the take profit at 2650. You can see that it's starting to fall. If this breaks the 250 line, this line here, which is a major support, then this could easily fall down to 2640. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why I like to stick to these support and resistance lines, because they're known, and if you've got a known line you've got a very good chance of being able to get into a trade and get out of a trade. So this is why I use these known support and resistance lines. So hopefully this is going to help the people in the academy. I'm going to just do one more thing. I'm going to take you over to over here. Let's have a look. I'm going to take you over to this as well because Siggy said that, well, it's easy for you to put these lines in, but why did you put these lines in, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to delete these lines and I'm going to go over the whole formula of why I use these lines. Okay, now what you got to remember is with trading, okay, even if something goes up, it doesn't continually go up. It comes down, it normally hits a retest and then it will go back up again. So this gives you points in the market and out of the market where you can jump into a trade and then out of a trade. Now one of the key things which I find which works really, really well, okay, and I've obviously proven this because you can see it with inside my manual trading and how much money I've made with my manual trading inside my Darwin X0 account, is that you need to look at the support and resistance lines, okay, and where they have bounced from. Okay, now what I mean by this is you can see when this goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Most people, okay, would think, oh right, okay then, so it's bounced off here, right, so you're going to put a support line in there, support line there, support line there, support line there, support line there, and a support line there, and a support line there. Okay, it's a little bit more than that. Okay, what you need to do is you need to look at where sometimes the spikes are, because the spikes can tell you a different story. All right, because you could easily put a line in here, okay, and that might not necessarily be the actual line that you're trying to achieve. If for argument's sake, right, one of the key support and resistance lines is this one here. And you might be saying, well, how do you know that? Well, it's because you've come off, okay, it's gone up, it's respected this line, another candle has opened up and respected that line, it's gone up again, and then it's come down, okay, it's respected this line again, and another candle has opened up, it has gone down, okay, but it's gone back up. And this is how you know that this is a respected place, okay, where XAUUSD is possibly going to bounce off. Okay, so again, you want to make sure that you know your trend. Trend is your friend, and this can be easily executed by using MA, which is moving average, at 200 MA. Okay, and this is going to give you an easy indication of which way it's going up or which way it's going down. Okay, so we put this line in here. All right, also notice that the short has bounced off this line as well. Okay, so it's come down, okay, it's opened up this candle and it's closed in the middle. Now a lot of people will think, oh okay, then so what we do is we draw a line across here, a line across here, and then we trade that if the red goes back up then it comes down, then you're going to put in a sell trade, right? This is one of the reasons why I don't use that formula. I use this formula, and this formula seems to work quite well. And you basically, you just follow. See, this is another support line here, okay, and it's because it's gone past, and we'll put this one in. And what you do is just draw your line, and then just move this down. This is another line here, okay, and you might be thinking, well, hang on a minute, Darren, if I put my Fibonacci on here, these lines aren't going to be respected. It's because you're almost finding hidden respected lines that are inside this chart. Remember, I'm looking in a daily window. If I move to a 4-hour window, you'll see that it's still respecting, okay? Still bouncing off. So in a 4-hour, it even shows you a better way of seeing it, if you like. So I'm just going to move this back to days. Okay. And then you can see that the last line that I put in, okay, so it's gone up, it's respected on the line, and then it's come back down. So what it's done is it's respected this line here, gone down, all right, then a new daily candle was formed, which is just at this point here. It's gone back up, it's gone across, it's come down. Well, where's it come down to? It's respected this line again, okay, and then the candle was closed, it's respected this line again, okay, it's gone back up, it's almost like 3 soldiers, okay, or it could be 3 ducks in a row, okay, where it's coming down, or doves in a row I should say, or birds in a row, where it's coming down, it's come back down, it's respected this line here again. So this is a point where this could go back up again. So what I'm trying to show you is that known support and resistance lines is a good way to trade, because it's already bouncing off these points. And you could say that this is almost like where it's coming down, This is almost like a test. It's called a retest. It's come up, it hasn't got enough points, it's come down, retested, bang, it's gone up. Okay, same as this one, it's gone up, it's done a retest, it's come back down, bang, it's gone back up again. And this is how you can see it. If you see the formula, you can really use this to your advantage. And then what you do basically is, because you're using this on a daily chart, is you can say, okay, now I'm going to set a trade. Well, look at this, 2550, right? Or I can set another trade at 24, where I said to you, which was 2640, which is these ones here. Okay, you'll see that this one here is 2650. Okay, so this in a daily you can't really see. So if we move now to a 4 hour, now you can see it. Okay, you're getting a bit of an idea of what's going on. But look how it respects. It comes off here, goes up, comes down, comes up, right? Goes up, comes down. Spike is still on that line that you drew in the daily. Okay, I know that you could say, yeah, but Darren, that line is come off here, but you've still got support. You've got support there, you've got support here, you've got support there. Okay, so this is now moving up and down. Okay, remember, I've just set up a trade at 2640. Where's 2640? 2640 is just there. Okay, so this has already come down, bounced back up. This one, this line here, okay, if we come down to there, so my 2640 is a good chance it's going to get triggered. Okay, because it's in this line, it's in this movement. So you can see it's already respected this line here 4 hours ago. So it's come back down, and it's from this point it's gone back up. Now it's going back up, right? Remember what I said, in the hourly chart you don't really want to look at it because you'll probably get confused. If we go to an hourly chart, you'll see that it's starting to come back down. Okay, and if you go to a 15-minute chart, you'll see that it's almost reconsolidating. We've got a reconsolidation where it's just going up and down. It's just following this line. Okay, but it's a known line. It's following this known line here, and this is where you can really get in onto your trades. And this is where you can find a trade to move into. This would be a great one here, and jump up if you wanted to scalp. You could do a scalp trade. Okay, and if you do 5 minute, 10 minute, you're going to get more noise. That's the only problem with 5 and 10 minute movements. It's because I'm trying to do too much with. And if we go to 5 minute window, you'll see it's bounced, and you can see reconsolidation. Okay, see the lines, reconsolidation. So you could wait till it jumps off this line here and then probably go up. But if it breaks this line, then it'll probably go down. You know, so that's what you've got to be careful with. That's why sometimes when you use a 4 hour window, 4 hour gives you a nice indication of where the market is heading. And this, if it bounces off this point, okay, if this starts to fall down, it's going to trigger what I've just set up. So if we go over here, you'll see that this is the 2640, which I've just set up, 2640. Now remember, yesterday I missed out by 0.01. Okay, this is why I've set this up with a 50. It's almost as if the actual traders know what you're doing. It's because they can see what price you've put in. Okay, so if there's so many people with a price, they think, hang on a minute, this guy's going to make 20 or 30,000, we're going to shake the tree and get him out. And that's why I said to you that if you've got if you've got a system in place that you can survive high drawdown, then it will protect you, because lots of people get burned, okay, right? Especially in trades, because they do $10 trade, $10 trade, $10 trade. Something will go down, bang, just takes them out. Okay, so they lose that trade. And there's an old saying, after 5 trades, once you've been burned, then you need to just forget about it and do it the next day. Have that break, because if you don't, there's a good chance you're just going to get burned all the time. Okay, but you can see that respected. This is a respected line. So I'm just trying to point out. Remember what I also said to you, which I show you, right? And you know, most people won't tell you about this. Go to the gold trading chat on trading view, which I show you time and time again how to do this, right? I don't hold anything back. If you look at this, this is going to give you an indication of what you're doing. Obviously, it is up to you to do your own due diligence, okay? Because the last thing you want to do is end up blowing your account up by listening to these people on here. Not everyone knows what they're talking about, but there are certain people on here which are knowledgeable, okay? And you'll learn that by watching the trades and then watching what they're putting, and then you'll be able to make that decision yourself whether or not you want to follow that person, or does that person really know what he's talking about. Because you will get people, charlatans on here as well, okay, where they will basically, yeah, all right, any minute now this is going to do such and such, yeah, it's going to drop like a silver dagger. It may do, okay, but as I warn you all the time, always go long with gold, okay? Even if, you know, the market at the moment, everyone's saying, oh, gold's going to plummet, it's going to fall, it's going to drop off the ocean, you know, because of the wars and everything else. You know, USD is finished and all this lot. You know, don't pay any attention to that. It's just noise, okay? And normally when something moves in the market, it's probably already happened, okay? This is something you've got to be aware of, is indicators are something that's happened in the past. Volume is something that's happening right now. You know, NFP is a great thing for you to trade on if you know how to do it. If you don't learn how to do it, it's a tough one, because people say don't trade with news. Well, you can trade with news, but it's super volatile, or can be super volatile. It depends on the symbol you're using, and it depends, you know, on that situation, because you can blow your account out very, very easily by doing things like that. You know, this is why I have a formula that I use. I stick to my formula, okay? I have my OBV, which I've always shown you. Again, I'm going to show you right now, so you know what these indicators are. If we go to the indicator, you'll see our on balance volume. This is something Siggy talks about. On balance volume is a very good indication. Accumulation and distribution, this is the other one which I use as well. And then I use breakout zone indicator. This is where gold has broke out and come back down, with historical breakouts as well, okay? So this is, again, this is another one to watch out for. This is why I took my actual profit just below the breakout, okay, which was at 2650, I think it was. Because I want to make sure that, obviously, if I've got into a trade, I want to make sure I get out the trade safely without it going the other way, if you like. This is why, otherwise it could have bounced off this point and then come straight back down, and I could have lost my trade. Very rarely do I lose, and I don't mean to say that smug mode, but you know, you can see that, you know, I do make good profits. I mean, you'll see that I make 2,739. This one was triggered today. This went off at 13:30. Remember, this is inside this VPS, okay? This is a Luxembourg VPS I use, so the time differential is going to be slightly different. I think it's a couple of hours difference. And then this one here, which was AUD USD, but this trade is to do with the FX. This basically, it takes 24 hours to almost 2 weeks to set itself up, and you know, you can get high drawdowns, but then you can get high profits from it as well. And you just leave it, let it do its thing, don't even need to touch it. The 1827.07 is another one which came in. This one came in at 15:55, so 25 minutes later after this, okay. And then I had it where it took trade and just came out, okay. I didn't want this trade to go on. I had a system which I set up. You can see that I've got a system here. I still think that there's a good chance that this gold's going to fall, okay. But I've already got my take profit in place. If it doesn't fall, it doesn't matter. I'm not in a danger, okay, because this is my support. If it bounces off and then goes back up, chances are it's going to bounce and go back up to about 2650. So I'm going to get into profit. If you look on this, remember, this is an hourly window, okay, I'm looking at. So you're going to get more movement in an hourly window than you are in a daily window. So if we look in the daily window, you'll see you'll see that, you know, it's very hard to determine where it's going. It does give you an indication if we follow these lines here, right? It does give you an indication that it could be falling. And the reason I say that, right, is because we've got this triangle effect, okay? And it's bounced off, it's come down, it's bounced off, it's come down, it's bounced off. So it could break this line and go up. But at the moment, this is a daily and it's coming down, all right? And I personally think it's going to come down and hopefully re-trigger, and it's just going to consolidate until it decides where it wants to go, whether it wants to go up, whether it wants to go down. And you can do this in a 4-hour window as well. This is another way of trading, okay? And you can see that it's bouncing off these support lines. So it's coming down, it's gone up, it's coming down, it's hit this point, it's coming down. It's probably going to respect this point, or it's going to consolidate until it decides what it's going to do. And this could be heavily decided by news, okay? So hopefully that's going to give you a little bit of a heads up of what I have been doing, okay, and how I've been making sure that I get constant profits with inside my trading manual. Everyone can do this, right? This isn't rocket science, okay? Anyone can do this. You know, there's no reason why no one can't do this, because, you know, I'm already showing you. That's why I create the formula, okay? I create the manual, how I've got this set up. Everyone can get access to this. Everyone can set this up. Remember what I said, keep an eye on XAUUSD. This is a good telltale, okay? This is consolidation, right? It's gone up, it's gone up, okay? It's gone up, it's come down, it's come down. So is this going to consolidate, or is it going to go back down? If this comes crashing down, then gold is going to follow slowly, okay? USD CAD is possibly going to go up. If it falls down, if this goes up, then USD CAD normally comes down, okay? That's how it works with my setup. And then, you know, these are good indicators. These are already telling us that this is coming down, this is coming down, this is telling us. And what did I say to you about that I said that gold will do? I told you it was going to fall, okay? It's already got 264966, okay? By the end of the night, this might be right the way down to 2640, or it may even fall like a dagger. Gold is extremely known for dropping a very, very long points, okay? It can do this easily. You could be watching it and you could be trading, and the next minute, boom, it's just dropped like a lead balloon, okay? Or you'll get a moonshot. It will go up to the sky. And this is why many people trade gold, because it can be extremely profitable, but you can also lose a lot with gold as well. That's why one of the key things that I do to prevent myself from losing in gold is just to do long, is to know a known support and resistance line, which is this one here, okay? So I know it's going to bounce. Even if it's going to fall, it's still going to bounce off this, all right? Because it's going to retest this line, go up a little bit, and then come down. If it does this, right, and then it comes down, then I might stop the trade, and I might make $500 or $600. But if it bounces off here and then starts going back up, then it's going to hit my take profit of 2650. Even if it fell and it came down here, right, I'm not going to panic, because my Darwin X0 account is not like a funded account that when I've lost $500, I lose everything, I lose my prop account. With this, I am not in the danger of losing my account, okay? I'm in the danger of losing my allocation if I can't get it back up, but I've got 3 allocations. So what will basically happen is the risk engine inside Darwin X0 will basically formulate, and actually its algorithm will be determining whether or not I'll still be profitable, okay? I'm already in clear profit because I've doubled my account. So effectively what this will do is this will give me a little bit of a good couple of days before it's going to really majorly upset my Darwin X0 account. But as I've shown you, I've been in 22,000 in drawdown, and I've still come out of it, and because it's gone back up, I've still been able to get an allocation by the end of the month. Okay, so don't panic. All you've got to do is keep your mindset right, and also make sure that whatever you're doing, you need to make sure that you stick to it. Don't emotionally be attacked by it, or emotionally think to yourself, oh my god, I've just seen a news and they've said that gold's going to do this, gold's going to do that. The chances are that even if it goes up, it's going to come back down again, right? And if it goes down, it's going to go back up again. That's what gold does. That's why it's so volatile. You've only got to look at the charts to see it, and it doesn't take anyone, you know, look what the chart's doing. It's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. And these are great points to get in. And if we go back to the daily, there you go. You can see what it's doing, and it's bouncing. Okay, it's reconsolidating, it's deciding where it's going to go, and it's just going to work inside this. And of course, it breaks out. Then, if you look at a 20-minute window, you'll be able to see. Okay, then, so we look at this for argument's sake. This is daily. Then look at hourly, and you see a candle open up below and close on this line. It's going to go down. If you see a candle, okay, open and close on this line, then it's going to go up. But remember, wait for the second candle to open up before you take the trade, because this could have been a retest. Okay, this one here could have been a retest, whereas, well, basically it's just testing the support and resistant lines. That's why if you know where the support and resistant lines are here, okay, which I'm showing you, it gives you a good indication. And these you won't find if you do fib now, right? If we go to click on fib and we put it here like this, you won't see it. Go down to the lowest one, which is there, right? Let's go back. You'll notice that it's showing you a completely different window. Look, it's showing you these, but it's not showing you this one, because this is when, you know, humans have the better of, if you like, because they get a gut feeling of what the market's going to do. With Fibonacci, you're using a coded sequence which is already reliant, which other people are using as well. And this is where it can, you know, you can end up running into trouble for doing that. That's why you use this as a guideline. This gives you a good guideline what it's doing, okay? But then you want to work out your own support and resistance lines, set up your trades, okay, and then just leave it. And then what I do is, once I've created this, I'll just go off for the rest of the day, come back in the evening. And when I come back in the evening, I'll be checking my trade and seeing if I've, you know, if it's kicked in or kicked off. And if it has, great. It just means it's going to just help create more profit through my Darwin X0 account. And if it hasn't, don't worry about it, because it's going to bounce off this line one way or another. You could end up, it could quite easily go through, because there's no guarantees with trading, which I warn everyone about. But if you long it, you do normally have a better survival rate, or I have anyway. So that's that. Hopefully that's going to give you a little bit of an indication of how I'm trading with XAUUSD, what formula I'm using, okay, and hopefully now this is going to improve your trading ability a little bit more. Okay, all the best until my next video. Cheers.